Will you keep jumping on me like you want to say hi to the people? Oh my gosh. Okay. Ooh, I need to fix that. Hey y'all. I'm here to talk about. Alright. Okay. Don't mind me being on my knees. We ain't gonna talk about that. But I am here to talk about the book that I am writing. It is currently on its way to be out around my birthday. I'm gonna just say that it's gonna be out around my birthday. It is a workbook, like as a reference to the shadow work journal that has been blowing up on TikTok. It's kind of like that, but for plus size people. It focuses on the emotional, the physical, and the mental aspect of being fat. I might put a pre-order option soon. I gotta figure out how. But yeah, if you would like to jealous of anybody. This is just my take on preference and what I've been through, what I've learned through preference. It's been a while. I've just been living life and doing things that I need to do. So, yeah. Hi you guys, welcome back to the Fat Allure podcast, where we speak on things fat. How are you today, and what made your day that way? As you can see in the title, we're going to be talking about preference and why I believe that some of your preferences does not exist at all. Before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. Popcorn or whatever have you, and tune into this podcast. If you're going to watch it, grab your popcorn. If you're just going to listen, go ahead and read, do whatever you need to do while you're listening to this podcast, because this one gonna be juicy. It's crazy because I thought I was used to the camera, but I keep looking over here instead of looking at y'all, so it's gonna be a messed up video, kind of a little bit, but yeah, let's get. So what made me just want to talk about preference is that when you look at the world right now, it's a lot of people doing things specifically for the validation of others, and I've always said this in every single video. A lot of people 10 times don't date fat women because they care about the validation of other people, and they use health as an excuse to say that's their preference. For example, a lot of guys, when you go to the gyms and you see these gym interviews on TikTok, they be like, oh, I don't want a fat woman because I want her to match my level. I want her to be at my speed. Now, I can go on TikTok and I can make a list of the top 10 plus size fitness, athletic fat people. I can pull up a screen and pop up multiple fat women who are actually into fitness. Now me, I would be into fitness if I wasn't fat. But for right now, I am in my fashion sense. But other than that, yeah. Well, and this is why I really say that people genuinely don't really have a preference. Even me as a person, I don't really have a preference for people. You just need to learn how to exist and treat people like human beings. I don't really have a preference for looks. Now I will say there's some people I steer clear away from, because I feel like I wouldn't benefit off of them and they wouldn't benefit off of me. But you really shouldn't have a preference. But preference, the only thing you should have a preference for is what type of jewelry you're gonna wear, those type of things, what type of food you like, or what type of movies you like to watch. Those are what preferences are for. Now, when it comes to dating, I feel like you should only have a preference for personality, and sometimes the personality will come before the looks. If you hear about a person and you hear let's do Love is Blind. I remember seeing a TikTok talking about, they were talking about how the contestants were basically asking if they were fat, and they're hearing all these good qualities, but they kept asking, are you fat? Are you fat? Are you fat? You're really worried about the way that I look, but you're hearing that my nice qualities and what I do. Now, I want to see if that person go on Love is Blind. But I feel like many people have tried but got denied. I don't know why, but I just want to see if that person in the mix. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why, but I don't know why. Yeah. When people say that they have a preference for health, they don't really like care about health itself. They care about bodies, well, health on a body, if that makes sense. So when people like say, I don't want anybody with diabetes, I don't want anybody who's gonna die at 40, like people use a lot of that instead of actually getting to know the person. They assume because they heard A, B, and C. I'm rambling, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm just getting back into it. Give me like 15 seconds, 15 days, 15 years. I don't know, but yeah. Sorry, y'all, I'm trying to fix myself. I was having a conversation with my boyfriend yesterday, or was it the day before yesterday? One of those days. We were talking about how his friend has a preference for smaller people, and I was like, and my boyfriend had told me that his friend hates, well, he hated fat people. And I was like, and my boyfriend said, oh, it's just his preference, that's just what he liked. And I'm like, no. First of all, when you are born, you don't have a specific preference. When you're a child, you learn about this world. You are so optimistic about this world. And you're like, oh, she's pretty, he's pretty, until you get like up into middle school, high school, where you're like, you get bullied for not being skinny, you get bullied for your skin color, you get bullied every which way. And when y'all graduate, you're gonna know what you want based off what you were told in high school about somebody else and what this world is. You're gonna wanna, like, let's just say this. I was never told about this world. I was never told what was gonna happen to me as a plus size person. I would never knew, like, the things, like, especially with the generation. Oh my god, my cuff keep on now. But especially with the generation difference, like, it was so easier for plus size people to date in my mom's generation. But now that this up in current generation, I can't find anybody because people are using health as an excuse. And also, like, TV, like My 600-Pound Life, people use that as an excuse, kind of being like, oh, you know, you're probably like the girl off of My 600-Pound Life, just sitting around eating, doing all of this. Mind you, I'm at home trying to make money. I'm at home trying to do what I do. I'm at home filming this podcast right now. Yes, I'm waiting for my food, but at the same time, I'm doing my job. And and it also depends on the portion sizes, but we're gonna get into that in a different video. Yeah, a lot of preferences are learned and not actual preferences. Like me, I feel like my preference is kind of learned, but kind of also, how do I say it? My preference is kind of like, let's take being gay for example. Like, you'll never know you're gay until you go through your childhood. Like, your childhood makes up who you're gonna marry in the future, if that makes sense. Like, me, I'm pansexual, but I only date people who are more masculine than anything else. Like, I will never date a feminine person unless this person is real dominant. Like, you gotta be real dominant for me to actually date you as a feminine person. I'm talking about BDSM and all. Like, you have to be dominant. And I feel like that's also because I got bullied by feminine people, well, cis straight feminine people in high school. So I don't really have a preference for that, because I feel like I'm gonna feel like I'm in a competition with them, and that they don't genuinely like me. They're only using me, and that's also with men too, but specifically certain looking men, because I always got bullied in elementary school. No, not certain men, black men. A lot of, like, my, excuse me, a lot of my years between 11 and 13, not 11, 13, 11 and 16, ooh, excuse me, yeah, it took that long for me to realize I was not attracted to black men because a lot of black men bullied me, until like my best friend told me like, hey, not all black men are bad. But now I'm realizing, back when I'm now almost 23, I still am slowly going back to that, but it's like everybody's different. You're gonna find different people, different places, everything. Like, you're gonna find a difference in people. Like, not all black men are the same, not all white men are the same, not everybody is the same. But at the same time, when it comes to me dating like women, feminine women, and having them as a preference, it's not gonna happen. Because I, like, literally from pre-K all the way till now, I still get bullied by women. Feminine women. Well, now men too, but not feminine men, just men in general. But yeah, that's why I don't have like a specific preference. I'm attracted to people who are attracted to me. Hence why I have my boyfriend. And this is also what I'm saying when it comes to men and their preference for not dating fat women. It all depends on how you grew up. And some men don't grow up with fathers, so they have to be taught from the streets or from whoever teaches them in school. So basically, if your friend's not dating a fat girl, you're not gonna date a fat girl. If your friend's not dating a black girl, your friends are not gonna date a black girl. They're all getting this stuff from people who apparently like self-taught themselves, or using their experience to try and like use it as an excuse to say that this person is a preference. Like, if that makes sense. Especially with the rise of interracial dating, a lot of, like, I won't say that it's the same, but a lot of black men tend to not date black women because they use the excuse of, oh, black women hurt me, black women aren't just not it, or I like a feminine person. Now, mind you, as a black woman, I've been hurt, I have been traumatized, I've dealt with black men, and I would still date a black man if I was single. I would still date a black man, because not every black man is the same. But black men are using the excuse of black women traumatizing them to say that white girls are their preference. Now, me personally, I wouldn't be upset if men dated outside of their race, but they specifically want to go out to a white girl to try to enrich black women, which most of us, we don't give a shit. Like, you can date who you date, just don't put us in your dating area. And this is also why I say a lot of us women need to stop being cooped up in a man's thought. Like, not in a man's thought. Like, he may say, like, I'm sorry, my eczema's coming back. But I was thinking about this when I was on my way home. Like, a lot of guys, they don't date you because they're attracted to you. They date you because they want to get something from you. Now, yes, 9 times out of 10, you're going to end up falling in love and say, oh, I got to know this person. Now I actually completely like her. But a lot of times, relationships fails because the man is looking for something to benefit off of. And I'm not going to say that women aren't too, because women, yes, we definitely trying to benefit off of a man. I can say that I've tried to benefit off of a man. But at the same time, it's like a lot of men do it because they're scared of what their homeboys think. They're scared because of what their father thinks. They're scared because of what their mother thinks. Like, a lot of it is from validation. And people refuse to accept that, which I don't understand.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But that isn't really true if everybody else is in your ear talking about this Saturday.
But that is the end of this episode. I have to get ready for work. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell. I'll see you guys. If you would like to pre-order a copy of While You're Fat, just put it in the link. In the comments below. Bye.
Reimagined. Maybe you was further away, you shine. Looking like the type to make my wife. Too sad.